control. Watch him become a god. Watch people's heads roll.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And look at this, right away a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So that a nightmarish start to a football game as they give the ball away on the opening kickoff.
And they put their defense in a bind right away. They have to go into protect mode.
Throwing to start the drive. Middleton. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Called that a very strong gain of 24.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Here we go.
Scannaboo will score. Touchdown, New York. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Escapes the defender. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Bass. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And this will be taken at the 13. And he's out right at the 25. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
70 Ranger, 19 tight, 19 tight, cut 19, cut 19. Dragon 60. Trap 60, trap 60. Go.
Looking to throw. Middleton. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
19, 7 times.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up offensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
19 Lions. Warriors 70, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Middleton. He's got his target. That's complete. Down to the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jalen Hyatt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The mind is out of bounds. It's telling you that you check about thoughts and memories that's adding overseas.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down at a yard.
Viking 18. Come 19. Come 19. Go.
Operating from the gun, Bass. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go street. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Mustang 19. Trap 60. Trap 60. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Eagles 7.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
36-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Giants.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
Off the play fake, Middleton. And that's incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
You know, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here we go, Scott. Ready?
That one taken in by Neighbors. And he will have a Giants first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 21, here's the 2nd and 9. A give, it's Scatterboom. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage, good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Ready, ready?
Off play action. Middleton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Giants 21, Eagles 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Off the play fake. Bass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Bass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready? 70 Lions. Go.
Off play action. Bass. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. Elliott good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This going to be returned from the 2. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
16-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. To the right side and intercepted. Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Operating from the gun. Bass. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Bass. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 35-yard.
The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he had no room to run. down as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
This 2nd and 4. Give up the middle, Scatteroo. A solid stiff arm. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Thunder, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Three. Ready.
Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Middleton. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The 3rd down pass. Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. The Eagles in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
I see through your act, and I still enjoy the show. Yeah.
On the ready.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one gives him a 3-point lead.
It's the score, Eagles 24, Giants 21. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll stay on the ground with Scatterby. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, here's Scatterby. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Let's go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second down and 3.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Bass. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's up to the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 29-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
70 Lions.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Abdul Carter in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Being on some chill. We go 0 to 100 real quick. Maybe on that rap and pay the bills. Now I'm with it. Not even a little bit. Oh, Lord. Know yourself. Know your worth.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
How you sold, you still sold on the earth. More good, we can do it on the turf. Oh, Lord. I'm a rookie in the business.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Scattergood going to run it out of the gun. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the gun on 3rd down, Middleton trying to lay one up deep. He'll have the first down and more than that. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants have retaken a third quarter lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive. And we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Throwing to start the drive. Bass. That's complete. Lambert Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Come 19. 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler. Warrior 70.
From the gun on 3rd down. Bass. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Operating from the gun. Bass. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Resulting play is a turnover on downs.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the ready. Back.
But once again, it's Scatterberg. And now a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here we go. Go.
Off the bootleg, Middleton. And he'll be hit as he releases it and now fall incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field that took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Middleton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get
and he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of the special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
An inside run to Scatterberg. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll start on the ground with Scatterbury. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
19 right.
From the gun on 3rd down, Middleton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Sanders' kick is good. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Bass. A man over the middle, and it's complete.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw. Bass. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
70 up. Here we go. Here we go. Cougar 19. Hey, check that. Check that. Street. Dragon 60.
From the gun on third down. Bass. And that is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Trap 60. Trap 60. Buffalo 18.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs.
On the jump.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. And he's brought. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
From the 33, here's second and a yard. They'll give it to Scatteroo. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Dragon 60. Go.
On first down, right back to Scatteroo. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On the ready.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Three. Let's go now.
New York.
On the handoff, this is Scatteroo. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Ready.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss.
Let's go.
They'll run from the gun with Scatteroo. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready. Cowboy 80. Hey, check that. Street. Check, bomb tag.
Operating from the gun, Middleton. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
36.
So that not just important to the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed, that's the spark they were looking for.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
They'll take over first down 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Trap 60.
Off the play fake. Middleton. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Cam Scatterby with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
on second down, they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. Now third down is Lohming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
A 41-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 29-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The Eagles will set up.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Eagles 32.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Giants have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
32.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Abdul Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Giants, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Every time I'm in the city, we be locked in. Ay, locked in. Ball Harbor, take you shopping. Nikki Beach, we in the water. 3 a.m., we like Pope. And 4 a.m. and I know which girls I'm taking home. Ooh, yeah. Just spend, make our own, we don't follow the trends. 100 on our own expense. Only live once, so let's take, don't miss. Pour them all out, then reload it. More drinks, more sips, more time getting spent on text. More things that I gotta compare. Let's be honest for once and own it. Lose ourselves and live in the moment. When they doubt, we just show them. Private plane, we just flown in.